Hello and welcome to part 2 of the Escape from Cyborg event. We are continuing with the trainings program for Mechty and with the new modification to the trainings program where she basically modified the training into a game which has some interesting game references like The Division, some Dark Souls elements, and just the name of the event, Escape from Cyborg, sounds pretty much Escape from Tarkov-like. And we will see, we just got a ally, Andoris, and figure out some of the game mechanics. So let's continue with the next stage, Virtual Murder. A silent murder is being played out for real in the virtual world. While Hapsi is focused on checking the codes on the terminal, Wellrod and Ruchi are watching the surveillance feed from level 2 on the monitor. At the side of her own portrait of the deceased, Wellrod crosses her arms and scoffs in distaste. Ah, don't get it bother you. Hapsi said so much. It's all randomly generated. You saw how odd I was? Don't be ridiculous. You think I would be bothered by that poor facsimile of me? I'm actually more curious about who has behind the design that make me exist in the big data in such a disrespectful way. You are totally scrambling your feet, yet you still wanted me to be angry. Don't worry, Vivi and the rest of us won't tease you about it. Who is scared of being teased? All I'm saying is the random functions of the plugin could use some optimization. Oh? What is it now? They got killed by invaders again. Wello turns around and sneakers. When she sees you died on the screen. Oh, poor players. One constantly hesitates out of cowardice. The other is lazy and complacent. This outcome could not be more predictable. Huh? But I think they are already working really hard. No, something is wrong. Absimutas interrupts the conversation and bout on frantic typing follows. Rachi and Wellrod exchange a look, then walks up to Hapsi. What is it, Hapsi? What's wrong? There's some kind of anomaly in the data. The code that determines the drops is a bit different from what I wrote. It got overwritten. Oh, so that's why they did not recover all the loot. But who would overwrite the code? I don't know. Not the game itself, Monka. Hapsi inputs trigger pops up windows on the screen, much bearing a large red cross that flashes constantly. Even Rachi and Wellrod, who know little about programming, can tell that this means that Hapsi attempt to overwrite that code had failed. I cannot do it. The editing permissions are completely locked. I cannot make any changes. Who on the other side could possibly bypass my access permissions? Dear? No. Would it be a virus? But I wasn't connected to any external networks that developing any running programs. Don't let this distraction befuddle you, Hapsi. I think it's time for the two dolls, lost in their fantasy of playing guardians, to wake up from their dream. Alright. I will contact them and tell them to disconnect from level 2 right away. Hapsi clicks the comms button on the terminal, but the arrow pops up, appears on the screen again. Comms are jammed? Oh, Monka, it starts! jammed? Anything else that seems to be out of ordinary? Let me see. Halsey types away on her keyboard as rows upon rows of text scrolls down the terminal screen. Halsey knits her brow. The drops are not the only thing that got overwritten. Even their neural data. Neural data? Every time they die, they lose a certain portion of their neural data. The data flow is untraceable. It couldn't be some kind of virus. At this rate, the virus will completely take over their neural module. What? Stay calm, will you? Don't sabotage yourself by panicking. Halsey, can you handle this virus? I don't know. I tried to trace it, but the virus is probably capable of hiding its tracks, so I couldn't. Cannot issue the command to terminate the program either. What should we do? Fortunately, panicking won't help you to trace the data flow either. Calm down, Halsey. You are the one of the creators of this module and plugin. No one knows it better than you. To be fair, Tia probably knows it better than me, but if we ask Tia for help, Kluka will find out. Then The cat ears on Halsey's head drop instantly, probably at the thought of Kluka. I know Kluka is scary, but Vivi and Mechty's safety is more important here. I know. Not like I don't care about their safety. I trust. Seeing that Halsey on the bench of tears, Velrod bends down and lays her hand on Halsey's shoulder. She looks directly into her eyes. If you are certain you cannot solve the issue on your own, then get involved with Dia. Taking responsibility is indeed a daunting prospect, but remember, you are not alone. Velrod's firm hands may have steadied Halsey's nerves a little. She tries to collect herself and nods frantically. Sorry, Halsey. I was also a little bit beside myself. I just blurted out what without thinking. No, I should not keep hesitating. Alright. Save the self-reflection for later. No? Let's get moving. Velrod claps her hand. Halsey, contact Dia. Rachi, send the message to the commander and Kluka to explain the situation. Using up ourselves should spare us from the worst of the storm. Okay. Got it. Hey, they're starting to work like a team a little bit, right? So probably it's not that bad what's happening right now. Unless it's getting worse, of course. The scent of memory. There are memories to hold on tightly to, but they pass through one's hand without one realizing it. Mechty takes in the defense enemies all around her and expresses her heartfelt admiration. Some have fallen head first into the pit, while others are hanging on their thwart rails. Oh. What? Is it supposed to be like this? Oh, such ruthless firepower, such agility, the velocity of a one dull army. Have I pulled an SP version of some SSR unit? You flatter me. I simply performed my duty. Does she supposed to be behind you? She's even as gentle as Andoris. Isn't she too perfect? Not that there's anything wrong with the actual Andoris. Just leave all the combat to me. Whoa, I have been waiting for so long, and someone finally says this to me. This is, indeed, the dependable junior that I have long dreamed of. Not that I'm complaining about actual Belka and Andoris. You definitely do this. Vector looks at Mechty, who is hanging onto a G36K like a rucksack with a hint of helplessness. Are you planning to make her carry you the whole way? Okay, this is supposed to be like this. What's the problem? Not like walking is part of the training. I think a chewing out by Kluka is inevitable at this point. But if she sees you like this through the surveillance records, it's just a matter of a 500 shot drill turning into a 800 shot drill. Quantitative change often leads to qualitative change. She might start tormenting you by targeting your precious collection instead. Suddenly, remembering her large collection of special edition manga and merch, Mechty lets go of the G36K demurely. Luca is away, but she still slangs me right on my shadow. Alright, let's go retrieve our loot. Mechty and Vector walks toward the two beams of light not far away. The loot enters their respective inventories in a burst of light. Noticing the problem, the two dolls look up at each other almost at the same time. Huh? I think you're right about the deducted loot. We only got back less than a half of the XP and supplies. Upsy, have you figured out what's wrong? The camera hovers smoothly next to them. It makes no response. Upsy. What's going on? We're not in the middle of the cutscene right now, so why are the comms being jammed? Vector, this RP or whatever that you keep talking about, who is it? Oh my god. Oh my god. It's... Vector suddenly realizes that something is terribly wrong. It's Harpsy, imprint model TMP. She repeats the familiar name slowly, but Mechty just stares at her even more blankly. Oh my god. Harpsy? Oh my god, this is turning into a horror game. Who is that? A new friend of yours? You don't seem like the type of who go making friends with strangers. She doesn't seem to be joking. Making jokes takes too much effort for Mechty. It's not my imagination. Huh? I'm not imagining this feeling that something is missing. I have been saying some really strange stuff since a while ago. Mechty? Vector interrupts her. Try to disconnect from level 2. But we are not done yet. Do as I say, try to disconnect. Sure. After trying multiple times, Mechty looks at the Vector in confusion. I can't. What's going on? Either something happened out there, or something is wrong in here. Mechty, remember when I said I had a feeling that something important was missing? I don't think I was imagining it. What did we lose? I don't know what I lose, but you definitely lose something. We're losing our memories, kind of, right? Vector tells Mechty about Harpsy. But I still cannot recall her. The data is lost, but that's not surprising. What matters is how to prevent further data loss. Say, Do you think this has anything to do with the dust loot? Like, every time we die, we can recover fewer and fewer things. As a result, we lose our own neural data, or something like that. There's no evidence that the two phenomena are related, but it is very likely. Jeez, what kind of horrific bug is this? I don't know, but from now on, we cannot treat this as a game where we have infinite lives. The more we die, the more we lose. What? Then maybe we just stay where we are and wait for the rescue? That does make sense. It will certainly reduce our chances of getting hurt. But then, we will also be putting all the pressure on Harpsy and the others to solve the problem. It cannot be helped. Our comms are jammed. We don't even know what's going on out there. Are we really just going to sit here and wait for our doom? Then what ideas do you have? Turning into Superman? Mechty lapses into deep thoughts. After a while, she tears her eyes away from the weeds growing out of the cracks in the corner of the roadside. I'm thinking, to end the game, other than breaking the connection by force from outside, maybe beating the game is here also a solution. But wouldn't that get increasingly risky under those circumstances? I still think it's better to find somewhere safe and hunker down. We have G36K with us. If this were still your regular training, I would have a problem with her presence, as she's basically helping you cheat. However, we can relieve some of the combat pressure for us in those desperate times. Uh-oh. Mechty glances at G36K, who is standing behind Mechty. Uh-oh. Why is she so like in the shadow? Perhaps because she is standing with her back towards the light, her face is obscured in shadow, and her smile is barely visible. Uh-oh, this is getting very, very, very sinister. Like a dutiful NPC, she has remained silent throughout the two dolls' conversation. Besides, we still cannot be certain if the data loss is caused by dying or something else. The sooner we can exit level 2, the better. There are things even you don't want to forget, right? Mechty purses her lips and tears at her hair in frustration. Then she lets out a sigh. Alright. I want to complete the training anyway. Having you talk to me so earnest instead of just yelling feels pretty unsettling. Huh? You prefer glucose method? No way. Why would you have such dangerous thoughts? Are you sure you don't? Of course not. You cannot be more wrong. Beat the game, yeah? Let's go then. It would suck if Glucose deletes all the anime that I have saved at the outpost. Beginning of a nightmare. Beware, the male is lying deep in nightmares. That sounds exactly how I was kind of predicting the event to be. The Satellite streets in their memory were at least somewhat orderly, but here large chunks of broken crystal pipes are scattered everywhere. Uprooted sidewalks slabs reveal barely yellow sand beneath. As they walk along, the view looks no different from the yellow zones. We will reach the research institute once we cross this district. Wow, it looks as if Ultraman and some monsters have a brawl here. We are quite close to the ground zero of the arterial crystal pipes explosion, and the high concentration of collapsed radiation attracted many invaders and elites. So this place particularly got razed to the ground. In other words, there could be a lot of enemies lurking about. We cannot afford to be careless. That's true. We can deal with anything unexpected better if we proceed in an inverted triangle formation. I can take the rear. No, you lead the way in front of us. Mechty and I will cover the rear and flanks. Understood. G36K nods demurely and walks ahead with her weapon held at the ready. I hope that G36K, aka Andoris, can actually revive itself too. I mean, if we lose our most powerful NPC, that would be not that good. You seem wary of her. An NPC that can accurately analyze the current situation. Chose between remaining silent and talking freely with the players. And also can make tactical suggestion. Is actually a fully sentient doll. Are the support characters in the game you play so advanced? Could they be? I don't remember. You must not let your guard down around just because of her strong resemblance of Andoris. Besides, she's completely different from Andoris. Oh, tell me about it. Unlike Andoris, she is insanely strong in combat. Though it would be so much easier to tell her apart if her personality is significantly different from the real deal, just like Ruchi and that number 19. So she does remember Ruchi. I have been meaning to ask. Is this Ruchi my teammate? Oh my god, but you don't remember her, oh my god. Mechty's eyes, which she can barely keep open for the most time, wide in shock. Ruchi? You don't remember? No. Not only is she your teammate, she's also your best friend. Best friend? Uh-oh. Oh, corkscrew twin tails, always twittering by your side. And, what else? I don't really know the story between the you two. Vector X and Neurocloud, but she cannot find any trace of the name. Oh no. In her incorporated Neuroclouds, someone runs over with their equipment brief full of red crosses. The same person calls out to her towards their thick glass while she is soaked in corrosive liquid. But the person's face is utterly blank. Vector freezes in bewilderment. I only found some broken memory fragments. Mechty glances uneasy at the camera that has been following them in silence, then awkwardly tries to comfort Vector. It's gonna be fine. Once we get out of here, we can reload our memory backups. Onka? A building ahead of them collapses all of a sudden, emitting a deafening noise. A long-haired girl emerges from the swirling dust. She stumbles in this direction, followed by invaders that are chasing her relentlessly. Help! Multiple enemies targets spotted ahead of 1 o'clock. Exact number unknown. They're moving towards us at high speed. Engage in 8 seconds. Hold on, that's... Worry about that later. Prepare for battle. So right now, there are no more invaders. G36 gives their covering girl a gentle squeeze on the shoulder. The girl, obviously very shaken, is still trembling all over. It would be so funny if this is Cloakai. Above her head is a name tag that reads 416. It's Cloakai. Vector? Am I not reading this wrong, am I? Her name is indeed 416. Not you are dreaming. You are gone blind, right? You are reading it right. Oh my god! This is so funny. And also sad, look how crying she is. 416 crashes her neck and starts brawling. Fat tears roll down from her eyes. Her usually cold and hearty face now looks almost pitiful. I know it's not the real deal, but it sure is impactful. I didn't expect we would run into another new NPC so close to the research institute. The two dolls walks up to 416, who suddenly jumps to her feet and grabs Mechty. I almost forgot. My sister, please save my sister, I beg you. Oh, what sister? Oh, my arm is gonna fall off. Over here, follow me. 416 let off of Mechty and runs back in the direction she has come from. Sheesh. Her personality is different, alright, but she's still got the same monstrous strength. Hurry, we are getting after her. It is surprising that there are still such well-preserved houses in the city. There's even a sofa. Mechty immediately draws to the sofa near the entrance like a nail to a magnet, collapses into it. G36K follows them into the house and stands quietly in the corner. Oh, so soft, so comfy. Doesn't quite compare to my beanbag sofa, but it gives the couch in the lodge a run for its money. Come, Vector. Savor this hard-earned moment of tender coziness. No, thanks. Get up. We have stuff to do. Oh, if you mean the cutscene, you handle it. I'm very sleepy. Let me... She can go to sleep even on level 2? Do not underestimate Mechty. Vector shakes her head in mild disbelief and walks up to 416, who is now by a bed in her room. She has to admit that the calm and quiet atmosphere here is quite relaxing. She decides not to bother waking Mechty. Pixies, are you okay? Don't scare me. As Vector approaches the bed, 416 unfreezes and starts crying piteously while holding the head of the person lying on the bed, who happened to be Belka. The one lying on the bed with her eyes closed and her face pale is none other than Belka, but her name tag about her head reads GLG28. Hearing 216's voice, she mutters her strength and opens her eyes just a crack. Pixies, you are badly injured. I tried to find you some medicine in the research institute, but I ran into invaders. Those people saved me. You... Don't talk, pixies. This is such a reverse situation. This is gold. Excuse me. Do you have any medicine with you? The watery green eyes turn to Vector, and she suddenly understands how Mechty feel. Impactful indeed. Oh my god, this is so cute. Under 416 imploring gaze, Vector pets her watch and gives her a healing potion. Thanks goodness. Pixies, they have medicine. I will give you some right away. He tries to prop G28 up from the bed, but she may have aggravated her wounds as G28 starts coughing quietly. Pixies, are you alright? Shush. So noisy. What is going on? Mechty sits up on the sofa and rubs her eyes. She looks over to the bed. Huh? That's Belka? She rubs her eyes again. Klukai is holding Belka in her arms? They are both NPCs. I know, but Klukai is bowling while lynching to Belka? No way. I don't care if this is real or not. I have got to capture this absolute masterpiece. Where's my terminal? Mechty pats herself down frantically, but then she remembers she's on level 2. So she taps her watch. Oh, there's a screen cap and recording feature. For 16, dresses G28's one slightly. G28 finally directs her attention to Vector. You have my gratitude. May I know who you are? Hey, we are guardians. Well, that's at least we have like choices. Okay, Andoris is the one odd here. Vector reads out the only option she's given. We are guardians. Guardians, you say? Pixies, don't get so worked up. I'm fine. I'm okay. Allow me to introduce myself. 416 and I, both researchers at the National Research Institute No. 3 laboratory. I was in charge of the project to convert collapsed crystals into crystal energy. You could say we are the ones responsible for the crystal pipe explosion. Pixies. I have always known that crystal energy is not completely clear. Moreover, the safety of the crystal pipes is also very unstable. But we yield to the authorities. Not only did we not put a stop to the experiment on crystal energy, we even pushed it, little by little, to the point of no return. Vector recalls TMP, whom they have met earlier, and draws the mental connection. Fortunately, we have a remedy. 416 used her own funds to develop a substance that can completely purify collapsed particle. The purification solution. Purification solution. That must be the secret weapon that number 19 talked about. Yeah, it makes sense. We have stockpiled a certain amount of purification solution in the Institute laboratory. We just need to put the solution into the diffuser in the Institute launcher center and we can purify the city. The problem is, the launch center was destroyed and the automatic security system within the Institute was activated, so we cannot get through. However, the Ruina Crystalis airbase In the northeast corner of the city, there's a helicopter with the diffusion device installed on its tail. If you load it with the solution and fly above the city, you can also complete the purification. Zone map, Ruina Crystalis airbase obtained. This is it. Mechty, this is how we clear the game. A gunshot erupts from behind. Andoris? Like a slow motion scene in a movie. Vector watches as a bullet burrows out of her chest, passes through G28's forehead, and leaves a black crater on the wall. The short NPC seems utterly unfazed. She continues to rattle off the pre-written script with great emotion despite the bullet hole on her head and the continuous gunfire. But Vector can no longer hear what she's saying. She turns around with a great difficulty, only to see a smiling G36K with her gun raised, and Mechty has flattened herself on the sofa in terror. Mechty, run! Onka? Vector? Orbs of faint light appears where Vector has fallen. Mechty knows what they are, Vector dropped items. What is the outside world like? Show me more. G36K stretches out her hand, and the light fly into the palm like birds returning to their nest. The figure immerses in light, begins to transform little by little. Andoris' illuminated face as calm and serene as ever, but the color of her hair by her ears stands fading. Her body also drops like melted wax, and then it looks almost as if a pair of invisible hands are gently lifted her up and resculpting her. Can we get Andoris back? After the light has faded, she appears before Mechty like a patchwork portrays, with all the colors and characteristics of the different 404 member. Not enough. Not enough at all. 36K? No. Who exactly are you? I don't like this name. It sounds like a tool. I want my own name. A new name to mark a new life. Isn't that right? Who the hell are you? That's right. Your name is Mechty. Mechty, it means dream. An eerie smile creeps around that uncanny patchwork face. I was born out from your memories, your dreams. Don't tell. Oh, Mechty. Oh, so this is Russian for Mechty. Oh, no, I get it. You could call me Koshmar, and her name is Nightmares. That makes sense. Okay, now I know what Mechty's name actually is. Dream Escape Squad. Turn off the dream and take back reality. Remotely controlling their terminal in the training room, Dia checks the code of the module and plugged in row by row. Herpsia also nervously keeps her eyes glued to the terminal screen, not daring to relax at all. Meanwhile, Mechty and Valro are keeping a close eye on the situation on level 2 at the surveillance monitor. What should we do? Vivi doesn't remember me anymore. The data loss is only temporary. Once she's out of there and redownloads her neural backups, she will be the same old Vector. I know, but it still hurts that Vivi is treating me like a total stranger. Tears are a sign of your incompetence. If you're crying, you will only put more pressure on Upsy and Dia. I am sorry. Man, this woman is so calculating. At last, movement can be heard from their terminal nearby. There's no virus at all. How can that be? The problem is the highly intelligent creative AI that you implanted. Its deep learning abilities allow it to constantly read those neural cloud data and continue to improve its own framework autonomously. It has now concluded its first cycle of self-completion. Compared to its current base code that was originally written, it's much more complex. It does seems to be the case. That's why you could not find this so-called virus. Freaking hell, the creative AI is artificial intelligence. Those are also artificial intelligence. You put two AIs into a single vessel. Are you trying to teach them what survival of the fittest mean? It didn't occur to me. Never mind. According to my speculations, the goal of this AI is probably to seize their neural clouds and take control of their frames. If this continues, I'm afraid it will backhack the main control system sooner or later. When that happens, not only will the data be at risk, but so will yours. That's just a pathetic usurper. Now that we know that we are dealing with it, we just have to launch an EV attack to wrestle the control back from her. And Bob's your uncle. Bob's your uncle, never heard of this expression. It's not that simple. This AI has already merged with Mechty's and Vector's neural cloud to a certain extent by seizing their neural data. If we manage to wrestle the control back from her, the remnant of the AI's data will stick around in their neural clouds. If we don't do a thorough job of getting rid of the AI, they'll basically be working like time bombs. Is there no other way? Dia pondered in silence for a long while on the screen. There is a way, but it's incredibly risky. I cannot make the decision alone. The door slides open with a whoosh, followed by a set of angry footsteps. Oh, Klukai? I follow Klukai into the room, eyeing the floor bars that has just stomped over with concern. Klukai, Commander, what are you? We were just to go a few hours, and you have already created a gigantic mess for us to come back to. Her eyes sweep fiercely over everyone's present before finally settling on Dia on the screen. Solution! Stop wasting time! Alright, here's the solution. Oh, okay. Probably we will figure out the solution later. Meanwhile, on level 2. If I respond at this save point, it doesn't invade us outside, staring hungrily at Vector in the phone booth. She checks her inventory and sights at all the empty spots in her pitiful amount of ammo. I will get swarmed the moment I step outside. I won't be able to save even myself, let alone Mechty. On my own. I'm really and utterly useless. Cavalry is here. Intense gunfire interrupts Vector's mopping. She watches as the invader outside are shot in the heads one by one. The area around the phone board is cleared in no time. Vivi, are you alright? Wait, Richie? Sorry it took us long to get here. Wait, they uploaded themselves into the system? Is this the solution? A guard with corkscrew twin tails rolled herself at the door of the phone booth, scaring Vector by squeezing her face right up against the glass. You? We arrived here on time. Good things you haven't lost the ability to make sound judgments. I'm glad you didn't rush out to take on these invaders and let them give you a thorough beat down. It's safe now. Come on out. You? With a frown, Vector opens the door and exits the phone booth. She dodges Raj's flying tackle and makes her way over to Harpsy. Harpsy wrings her hand nervously. Vector, are you okay? Seems to be the real Harpsy. How did you get in here? Baby. Huh? Ignoring me, huh? Looks like our almighty team leader has lost her memories of more than one teammate. You're right. I cannot bring up any data regarding the two of you in my neural cloud. Baby, you don't remember Weldo either? Welrod. Never mind. We are here precisely to resolve this problem. Welrod looks at Harpsy, who is standing next to Vector. With a nod, Harpsy tells Vector everything in a soft murmur. So, Dia's recommendation is to defeat that AI, take what she drops, and recover the data I have lost. At the same time, I must clear the game and put an end to this endless cycle of dying and respawning, correct? That's it. Dia has already obtained certain permissions and will help us buying cheat codes. The limit of the stamina bars has been removed. This is way too risky. It would not be such a big deal if it was just me and Mechty, but now you are putting yourself in danger too. Vivi, how could you say that? What do you mean? It would not be such a big deal if we are just you and Mechty. You are all very important companions, and the team leader of us, Team B. That's right, us. Without you, it wouldn't be us anymore. You. Vector looks at Ruchi and finds herself speechless. I really don't have any memories of what you are saying. That's okay. We will help you recover it. I cannot recall anything at the moment, but I have a feeling. You must be someone whom I know very well. Ruchi freezes for a moment, but then she beams. Yep. Alright, enough catching up. And don't be so pessimistic. Now that the high and mighty team leader is here, you may actually stand a chance. High and mighty team leader? You don't mean? Elsewhere, Mechty, who has been frantically avoiding Koshmar's pursuit, is covering inside a concrete draining pipe. You cannot find me, you cannot find me, you cannot find... All of a sudden, a shoulder of a Flieger leans into the pipe. Mechty is so terrified, her neural cloud is on the verge of shutting down, but once she makes out who it is, she let out a sigh of relief. Oh, it's you, fake clue guy. Oh, she doesn't know. Oh, she doesn't know. Wait, she still blushes. This fake looker is looking at her with wide, pitiful eyes. Unimpressed, Mechty shrinks back and waves her hand at her, as if she were shooting away a puppy. Go away, you're OOC weirdo. You're gonna make me get caught by the Frankenstein. Ah, if only Tyron Klukai were here. She would kill that Frankenstein, easy peasy. Hey, what are you doing pulling me? I'm not going out there. Follow me, I know a safer place. Why is this Klukai not angry? Why is she so sweet right now? Huh? A monstrous strong hand grabs Mechty and pulls her out of the pipe. Mechty is getting a bit disorientated. Am I in a cutscene? Maybe Kashmar is just a boss and the NPC is now taking me to some safe house so that I can regenerate or something? It's much safer here. This Klukai makes me more... Oh my god, I have more... I'm more scared from this Klukai than from Kashmar right now. Why is she still smiling? Before she can react, her view is suddenly turned upside down and she felt herself being thrown head first into a cramped space. Ah, that hurts! What? Oh, that's Klukai I know. What do you think? Don't you feel right at home in this trash can? Fake Klukai lifts her chin. Her face, that looked so pitiful just a second ago, is now filled of disdain. Hold on. That tone? Since the OOC NPC is not also getting OOC, she's actually resembling their original character mod. This is getting a bit confusing. Mechty? Is it the real deal? Oh, Klukai! Stay away from me, you're filthy. With a look of disgust, Klukai shoves her hand into Mechty's face to stop her incoming embrace. Level 2 is all simulated anyway. The field isn't real. You are sealing my visual module. Such familiar and comforting mockery. Whatever you say. Oh my god, this is so sweet. Now that I think about it, why are you here? What about the commission? The client cancelled the mission on short notice, so I came back. What else am I supposed to do? Visit the Yellow Zone with the commander and enjoy the collapsed star? I just didn't expect to receive such a huge surprise while on my way back. Klukai sneers coldly. Mechty globs despite having no saliva. Let me explain. I just wanted to explore a new way of training. I will give you plenty of time to explore, but not now. Her tone implies that this is far from over. We take care of that distasteful Frankenstein first. I won't let that chimera of an eye make you already damn neurocloud even dumber and give you an excuse for your future dumb shenanigans. In someone else's shoes, being in another situation, is the only way to truly see things from another perspective. Is this communicator secure? Dear Said, he set up an encrypted comms channel that the eye won't be able to step. So it should be secure. Oh, it's connected. Mechty, can you hear? If you had called any later, it would have counted you out. See you at the safe point. Put someone on a fully functional language module on the line. Oh my god, she's like furious. Hapsi promptly shoves her communicator into Vector's hand. Look, it's me, Vector. Let's cut straight to the chase. Have they briefed you into the situation? Yes, I'm all cut up. Eliminate the AI, recover our neural data, clear the game, and end the cycle. It is crucial that you follow the exact order. If you clear the game first, you won't be getting back any of your stolen data. I suggest you obtain the purification solution first, so that you can clear the game right after killing the AI, thus minimizing the time between those two steps and reducing the risk of having the plan derailed. Understood. What? Before she can finish, the sound of a building exploding and collapsing can be heard from the other side of the line. Actually, I at least make the sound of the boom. I know the game can do it. Cloaky, Koshmar is coming. Why are you screaming of your hearts off? Is your gun a prop? Koshmar? That Frankenstein just gave her a name that means nightmare. What a joke. I'm going to turn this into her nightmare. Damn, she's such a... Oh my god. Fierce gunfire erupts from the communicator, interwoven with piercing, anguished screams. The voice sounds somewhat familiar. Ah! Don't just stand there! Run! Oh, things on your end. The Frankenstein keeps coming after us. Need us to come back you up? Did you not understand what I said? Vector, take your team B and get your hands on the purification solution. Mechty and I can keep the Koshmar busy. Cloaky! Invaders ahead! Shut up and shoot! Vector? Understood. I will be sure to complete the mission. A three-dimensional image of the Research Institute building is displayed on the screen of Vector's watch. According to the topological map and intelligence provided by DIA, the Institute security protocol has been fully activated, but more than 75% of the building is damaged, so there are plenty of poorly defending openings. The west garage where we are right now is one of them. Have you got any entry route? We have planned 3 roads based on the distance, time, and number of enemies we will encounter. I personally recommend Route C, which is to go along the outer edge of the west corridor to the exterior of Zone C, where there is a gap where the wall was blasted open. After entering Zone C from the gap, we turn right and travel for 200 meters, at which point we will come across an air raid passage that goes all the way down. We follow the air raid passage down to level LG10, crawl along the ventilation duct, there to be a 5th window, and we will arrive right above the laboratory where the solution is stored. What's your reason for choosing this route? It's relatively safe. It's a little convoluted, but the defending along this road are the thickest. We may run into security droids on patrol near the gap leading into Zone Z, but that's it. As for the patrol within the lab, the enemies are in the open while we have the advantage of surprise, so they pose no threat at all. It's so much information at once, but yeah, I just would trust you and then let's go with it. Warlord plants a head on her hip, looking the very picture of confidence. Warlord, yes? You don't have to keep reiterating the loss of your neural data. No, I just think that you are capable of making detailed plans and have a commanding presence. You're more of a team leader than me. Huh? Please don't say that. You're great too, Vivi. There's no need to spare my feelings. I'm merely stating the facts. However, you have not considered a potential problem. Huh? Go on then. Vector points at herself. You? Warlord cannot help but show a hint of surprise. Since I lack sufficient information of both you and Reggie, it is impossible for me to assign roles and coordinate effectively based on your strengths and weaknesses. So I should like to hand over the commands of this operation to you. You mean I'm to be the team leader? You are a more suitable candidate under those circumstances. Despite the data loss, Vector appears much more certain than usual. Is there a problem? Surely this should not be a challenge for you. Challenge or not, I will fulfill my responsibility. Following the empty route planned by a Warlord, Team B successfully reached the ventilation duct just above the lab. They peer into the lab through the crack of the vents. The room is unoccupied. Only a handful of equipment is still running and making some recurring noise. No enemy units in sight. No sight of the target item either. Once we are in there, Herbs and Ruchi will search for the solution. Make sure your respective search areas don't overlap. Vector and I will keep moving and be on the lookout. Roger that. The four dolls enter the laboratory through the vent. As Vector gets a better look at the layout of the lab, a certain fragment scene flashes by quickly in her neural cloud. Vivi, what's wrong? Ruchi asks, sensing her hesitation. This scene feels oddly familiar, like I have been here before. Familiar? Oh, you mean the simulation training we did this morning? It does look a little bit familiar, but there's no hostage to be rescued this time. Simulation training? Oh, have you also lost this part of your memory? You almost got into a big fight with Weldo because she didn't not stick to the operation plan. Can you leave out the superfluous information? Well, Rod, who is standing guard nearby, suddenly coughed loudly. Have you found the solution? Guys, I think I have got it. Papsy calls out from the one end of the laboratory. Next to her, in an open electronic cabinet with glass jar filled with green liquid neatly stacked inside. Whoa, that's great. Oh, just then an alarm starts blaring. The door is thrown right off its hinges and a large number of security droids surge in. Enemy target spotted. They spotted us. Find cover. The group takes cover behind a large piece of equipment as bullets rain down like a torrential storm, slamming into the machines with a deafening roar. Seizing the brief moment when their enemies are reloading, Veldros peeks out from behind the cover with her riot shield. However, only a few shots, she is forced back under another hail of bullets. Damn it, the enemy unit in the game can actually share information with each other? The approaching enemies give her no time to finish her sentence. Other than Hapsi, who is protecting the solution, the other three dolls desperately fight to keep the enemies contained with the barricade. Oh, this is very loud. There's no need to those droids. But if I draw their fire and you guys run for it through the vent? No, that won't be a certain death for you. And quite frankly, you won't be able to stand them long enough for us to make it safely through the vent. Then think of another way. You cannot do this all day. Our only choice is to clear a path with grenades and charge through the main entrance. The weight in Wilder's hands is suddenly gone. When she looks up, Vector has already grabbed their riot shield and charged out of cover. What are you doing, Vector? The enemy instantly shift their aim and unleash a relentless barrage towards Vector. Make for the vent! Ratchet, Hapsi, get the solution saved out of here. If you don't see us after more than 10 minutes, get to the air base on your own. Wellrod grabs a discarded metal plate from the ground and holds it up in front of her. But what about you? It's just a game. Dying once is no big deal. No! That's exactly what she wants to do. Then she splits towards Vector without a second thought. Why did you act without permission? I am the team leader here. Okay, that's the boom. A thunderous explosion throws out of all other sound. Several culture tanks in the laboratory shatters on impact, sending torrent of incubation fluid surging out, knocking over every security droid. Wildrod loses her footing and nearly falls, but Vector, who has anticipated this, catches her firmly. Go! From the corner of the eyes, Wildrod spots Ruchi and Hapsi already crawling into the ventilation duct. Without hesitation, Vector grabs Wildrod's hands and puts her towards the exit of the lab. So you actually had a plan? Sorry, I know it's risky, but it was an opportunity that I had to seize. No, I should be the one apologizing. Huh? She's blushing. Oh, she's realizing the other side of the spectrum. You will understand what I mean when you have your neural data back. Most sporadic gunshots can be healed from behind them. Looks like your Kucha fluid cannons did not get rid of all the vermin. It is a calm night. The madness or the unreal locked from reality. An impossible escape. Remain calm and collective. Gather trustworthy companions and a previously impossible escape become possible. Unlocked by completing all the escape from Cyborg story stages. Okay, this is where we face this incredibly annoying boss. Holy is she annoying. Having successfully acquired the purification solution and withdrawn from the research institute, Team B is now moving towards the northeast corner of Ruina Crystalis under the cover of night as quickly as they can. Hapsi, can you contact Mechty and Klukai? The comms channel is still online, but nobody is answering. Keep the line open. Okay. Opsi sends another comms request. Unlike before, when her requests were met with nothing but a long, tedious dial tone, the call is answering almost instantly. This is Opsi. We have secured the purification solution and are heading towards the Ruina Crystalis airbase. Don't spill out the information before you don't know where is on the other receive. Purification? Solution? Since the signal is unstable, the speaker face isn't shown on screen. But the voice belongs now to either Lukai or Mechty. I see. Huh? Wait for me. I will be right there. Oh. The call is terminated. Opsi looks over to Vector in alarm. That was neither Lukai or Mechty. It could only be... Koszmar. Then Mechty and Lukai must be in big trouble. It's pretty obvious from the call that Koszmar is on her way to do us in. Even Lukai could not beat her. So what chances do we? Calm down. Worst case, she defeated Lukai and Mechty. But as long as we have not cleared the game, the respawn cycle won't end. Once they respawn, we will come back us up. So don't worry too much about them. There were just 2 of them, so they could have not utilized basic team formation. Their defeat was hardly unexpected. Now that we are all here, as long as we can stay out of our toes, defeating Koszmar isn't entirely impossible. That's right. Besides, that's just a worst case scenario. What if things went down better than we are just assuming? Huh? Has the amnesia actually cured your paranoia? Say, maybe you should just stay like this. Vector shakes her head. Whether it does me any good or not, I need to recover all my memories of you. I don't want to misplace any of it. I was just joking. Don't take it too seriously. Why is there such an inevitable sense of rapport between the 2 of you now? What happened between you two? Nothing. Put a lid on your pointless curiosity. Look, Vivi, is that the helicopter that G-28 mentioned? A barreled military helicopter sits on the small tarmac. A reluctant device is hanging from its tail. That should be it. Inspect the engine first. Make sure it is fit to fly. Okay. Ruchi climbs into the cockpit to inspect it. After a quick check, she hops back down. The engine is in good condition and there is plenty of fuel. The helicopter even had an autopilot function. Though the 2 managed to dodge the attack in time, the helicopter is now riddled with bullet holes in an instant. Oh my, did I miss? The girl, hovering mid-air, lowers the gun in her hands, but the 7 guns floating around her remains aimed at Vector and Ruchi. Huh? How can she control so many guns at once? Hang on, is she wielding my PP-90? Oh, it's PP-90 and not P-90. Next time, I will take better aim, okay? Give me all of your data, please. That way, I will be complete. Her voice is undoubtedly that of a young girl, yet it is light and airy, with an upward little tingled with mockery. Vector stares at her for a while, then she let out a chuckle. Why are you laughing? No wonder Glucka called you Frankenstein. Frankenstein? Your appearance, weapons, everything about you stems from Mechty's and my neural data on the 8 of us. Vector shows no fear of her weapon. She paced before Koshmar with deliberate ease. Still hovering mid-air, Koshmar follows Vector's movement and turns her body slowly. Even if you read all our neural data and seize our frames, you will never be perceived as a complete doll or a new Koshmar. You're just an amalgamation of patchwork parts. You don't even actually exist, let alone have an ability to be complete. I don't exist? I will never be complete? That's right, you don't exist, Velrod. What? All of a sudden, Vector does down. And it was like suppose. That's right, you don't exist. Velrod! Okay, I see. All of a sudden, Vector ducks down, and the sharp crack of gunfire erupts from behind Koshmar. Bullets tear through her limbs and abdomen. Caught off guard, Koshmar immediately flies up to dodge the attack from behind. Then she turns and spots Velrod and Harpsy firing at her from behind the helicopter. Her face immediately contours in fury. You ambushed me! Just reciprocating the courtesy you showed to our friends. Sob? I want to have my own frame, like the rest of you. I want to experience the outside world. That gives me a Neurocloud vibes. I can have my own data. All this data. It is mine. Koshmar let out an angry shriek. Their floating guns around her start spinning and firing weirdly in all directions. Spread out! Amid the chaos, a stray bullets strike the purification solution that has been strapped on Harpsy's arms, sending the glass container tumbling. The fluorescent green liquid instantly catches Koshmar's attention. The purification solution. She halts her reckless barrage and aims her gun at the container. Oh no. Vector lunges her to shield the container, but Koshmar has already pulled the trigger, and the bullet shoots straight towards Vector's head. Vivi, look out! Onka? Do we even get a better picture of this event? The loud noise is followed by a dreadful silence. Vector opens her eyes. The glass container in her arms is intact, and she isn't met with the dreaded "You died" text. Then that gunshot. Holy! What kind of unlimited kill stealer you are? Even managed to hit an airborne bullet. Starting from tomorrow, you are adding 200 shots to your dynamic target practice. I was complimenting you. Ow! Hearing the familiar voice coming from behind, Vector turns to see Klukai, landing gracefully after vaulting over the railing, alongside a stumbling Mechty. Vivi, are you alright? Yeah, I'm fine. Vector grips their container tightly, the fingers still trembling. If you're okay, then get up right now. The fight isn't over yet. And we are entering the boss battle, which will probably end relatively quick, but still we can see the boss, and we will be leaving the boss battle here. Oh, we don't see the animation? Oh, no way. But yeah, this boss is such an annoying boss. So we have Rochi with hair gun, Mechty, RC, looks like MP9, Well Rod, it's a pistol, I think it's 5.7, Andoris, it's the short G36, we have Vector, which is Vector, Belka, which is HK, and Belka, which is G28. Yep, that's all it is. And yeah, so this boss is annoying because we get now the cutscene, right? Because this boss requires you to survive 5 turns, which I did not know. Oh, I don't have a healer. Ah, surely it's not that important. They will recover HP. We cannot target it like directly, so we have to do it like this way. Oh, they will regenerate a little bit. Wait, actually? I don't know, but we did a lot of damage to her. Should be actually percentual damage. I don't know why the battle's so... Koszmar cannot withstand the combined firepower of the sick dolls. Their floating gun around her are shattered one by one. At last, she can hold out no longer. She plumps from mid-air, hitting the ground with a brutal thud, then becomes motionless. Lukai steps forward, firing a couple of rounds into her body just to be sure. After confirming no further movement, she signals the others, and one by one, they emerge from cover. Oh, is it over? But the helicopter got shot into sweet cheese. So what do we do now? Velrod, Rachti, go check the status of the helicopter. If it's not usable, check the other aircraft. No way this helicopter is the only functional aircraft on the entire air base. There's actually a distinct possibility. Oh, why did you bonk me over the head? Shut up already. Go with Vector and recover your neural data. Koszmar will be back after she responds. Haven't we destroyed all the nearby save points while we were on our way here? She won't get here so soon. You think you can escape your punishment in reality? You're being delusional. Any more procrastination will only double the punishment. Mechty pounds and shuffles closer to Koszmar. Strange. Why cannot I recover? What? Koszmar, who has been lying motionless on the ground, suddenly lifts her head. Mechty yelps and jumps back in fright. But Koszmar ignores Mechty entirely. Instead, she turns and bolts towards Vector, who who is holding the purification solution, have movements swift and her intent crystal clear. Rachi and Velro, who have been inspecting the helicopter nearby, are drawn by the commotion by Mechty's startled cry. Luca and the Vector are the first to react. Without hesitation, they draw their guns and open fire at Koshmar. A fresh burst of bullets completely severs Koshmar's already dangling left arm. But she does not even flinch. With her still functioning right arm, she brushes against a shadowy, decorative mark on the side of her right thigh. Electronic currents crackle around her. Then, with a flash of white light that illuminates the darkness, the shadow solidified into a drawn blade. Without slowing, she lunges at Vector with the weapon. Not fair, it's not fair! If I'm stuck here, you're not leaving either. Crap. There's no time to dodge. The razor blade gleams coldly under the moonlight. Okay. Small figure silently barrels into Koshmar from the side, knocking her away from Vector. Vector immediately ceases the firing, but not before a stray bullet strikes the body of Koshmar's assailant. You! Koshmar instantly cramps down on the doll who has crashed into her, and in the struggle, her blade wheels slightly before plunging downwards with full force. Mechty? Mechty? Damn it. This is supposed to be a game. So why does it hurt like this? Mechty collapses like a marionette with its strings cut, her form dissolving into scattering fragments of light. Gosh, damn it. The nearest save point is so far away. I guess I'm not coming back. Vector, I will be waiting for you in the future. What's going on? This is supposed to be ending soon. The light completely fades away. Don't just stand there! Attack! Shoot her to bits! Sklukai's sharp command, another hail of bullets rain down on Koshmar. Bullets tear through and riddle her body. As Sklukai gives a final order, Koshmar's body gradually breaks apart into smaller and smaller fragments. She screams with a lot of pain. Koshmar's anguished screams fade, and at the same time, the fragments of her body begins to glow. Stop! The doll sees the attack. The broken pieces dissolve, unraveling into delicate threads of light that peel away from Koshmar's remains. The stands unravel faster and faster, until whips of soft, luminescent blue surge into the air, forming a vast ocean of light before the base. A part of the glowing tide drifts into the distance, while the rest rushes straight towards Vector, flowing into her body. Oh! Oh, actually, I see. That's... The waves of light flood Vector's mind. She cannot help but bend forward, sinking to her knees. In front of her, 4 hands overlap. Following the arm upwards, she sees familiar features begin to take shapes onto one's blank faces. The fragments have returned to their rightful place. My neural data. Vector looked up towards the sky. There's no more traces of Koshmar. The member of Team B rushed to her. Vivi, how do you feel? Did that work? Have you regained your memory? It's okay. You've got still on your backup. Vector breathes in deeply and takes Ruchi and Waldo's hands. Got everything back. I'm just a bit disorientated. Ah, thanks goodness. Ruchi embraced Vector tightly. Verot and Harpsil also look visibly relieved. Does anyone remember there's a second phase in our operation? If you want to fight Frankenstein again, by all means, keep the ground balding session going. Oh, right. We have more important things to do. Ruchi hastily lets go of Vector. Vivi, I just checked with Valrod. Even though the helicopter got shot full of holes, it still functioned. Even the air pilot still works. The world of video games sure is miraculous. However miraculous it is, I have had enough of it. Vector holds up the glass container that she has been protecting in her arms. In that case, see you in a bit. What about Mechty? No residual abnormalous data in the neural module. No data conflicting or losses detected. All modules are operating normally. Right. Okay, Harpsy. You can go ahead and destroy that plugin. Make sure, leave no backups, alright? Sure. Yeah, please, just destroy the boss. I don't want to face the boss at all in this game anymore. Not this boss. Now that the crisis has been averted, can I log off? I have got other stuff to attend to. Go then. The image disappears from the terminal screen. I glance at Mechty and Vector, who have just climbed out of their repair pods. Then I pat Kluka on the shoulder. Don't get too worked up. Just take it easy, yeah? I will keep it under control. Kluka clears her throat and fixes her gaze firmly on the two dolls. You may now explain yourself. I'm listening. Well, it is as you saw. And what exactly did I see? Don't be nervous. Talk me through it slowly. You have all the time in the world. Would you like a drink to suit your vocal modules? Should I fetch Andoris? Don't be like that. Look, she's smiling. If you want to snap or shoot at me, just do it. Otherwise, I will feel like I was still in the virtual world. Besides, you know I cannot drink coffee. Are you telling me what to do? No, not at all. I wouldn't dare. I just think I prefer the OG version of Klukai. If memory serves, that would be the one you called Tyron Klukai. A chuckle split out, earning me a mildly disappointing glance from Klukai. I was wrong, Klukai. I should have not asked Harpsy to create that plugin without permission. What else? And I should not mix training and games. Klukai, please don't be like this. Klukai tilts her chin up and shoots Mechty one more sharp, murderous glare before turning to the trembling Harpsy. Just as she's about to speak, Vector interrupts her. If I had run a tighter ship, this would not have been happened. As a leader of Team B, I bear full responsibility for this incident. I will submit a complete review and self-reflection before dawn. Are you planning to take the blame from Harpsy? No, but at the end of the day, this all happened because I failed to discipline my team members properly. This is Team B management issue. Let me handle it. Oh, this is so cute. Look, I guess it's at Vector. Then glances at the members of Team B, hanging their heads behind. Remember to include your proposed solutions to the problem in your review. Understood. Mechty, you're coming to the shooting range with me. The shooting range? At this hour? It's so late. No, it's my punishment. I cannot really leave this till tomorrow. Luca reaches into the pocket and pulls out a small switch. It is compact, with a round button resting right under her fingertip. Mechty immediately places her hand in panic. I'm coming, alright? Then I will be going with Mechty. Commander, would you like to join us? I understand the meaningful look on Lucas is giving me. She wants Vector to handle Team B's intentional affairs on her own. Vector might find it awkward if we stay. At the same time, my instincts tells me this is the moment for Vector to reach a consensus with her team. But did she really do it? I look at her, both worried and hopeful. At that moment, the still inexpressive team leader meets my gaze and gives me a firm nod. Sure, I will come too. What? Even the commander will be supervising me? Ah. You will see if you dare slack off again, with 2 pairs of eyes watching you. Now let's go. Luca takes the lead, pulling Mechty out of the door. As I walk past Vector, I give her a reassuring pat on the shoulder. She looks up at me with silent understanding. The footsteps in the hallway gradually fade into the distance, and the remaining members of Team B let out a collective sigh of relief. Oh, I was so scared. I didn't dare speak at all. I'm not surprised, you scaredy cat. Huh? Like you were not any better. You were also staring at your toes and avoiding Lucas' eyes yourself. I was resting my eyes. I seriously wonder how the team members of Team R hang out with Klukai on a daily basis. Thanks goodness our Vivi is so much more adorable. Oh, I think it's either Vector will get Strake or we'll see. Thank you, Vector, for sweeping in when Klukai was about to dress me down. I would have not known what to say at all. Oh, Team B needs a lot of work. No, I wasn't trying to defend you. Huh? Even though I sensed something wasn't right, I did not insist on putting a stop to it. And you, disregarded for rules and protocols, is all because I did not set a good example. I must take full responsibility of everything that happened. We didn't disregard. Seeing that Waldo still intend to argue the point, Vector cuts her off firmly. Disregarding is exactly what it is. Vector's gaze does not waver this time. She looks Valrod straight into the eyes without any of her usual moroseness. Valrod, this is no small matter. Strictly following protocols and abiding by the rules are the foundation of a team abilities to function effectively. But procedures and rules should not be stagnant. Even if they need to be adjusted, the change must be thoroughly tested. Otherwise, they will end up like a handline crashing down in the mid-air of battle, hindering the team, or worse, hurting someone. Do you understand, Valrod? An awkward silence fills the training room again. Vector let out a soft sigh. Then again, maybe using what happened on the battlefield as an analogy isn't very appropriate. In combat, you don't always have the time to react or test a strategy. Sometimes spontaneous actions can turn the tide of battles more effectively than radically striking to a plan. Now that I have been in your position, I realize that when the moment comes, I should rely on my own judgment as well. I should not have been so quick to attribute your actions to a blind desire to score highly. Nor should I have rushed to justify my own ideas as the best solution. I'm sorry, Valrod. That was my mistake. The air grows still for a second. As she looks into Vector's apologetic eyes, Valrod slowly speaks. Back at the lab, when you suddenly lurched forward and shattered their culture tank, it really caught me off guard. Did you ever stop to think whatever your riot shield would withstand the impact? Did you ever know what's in those tanks? What if we had been knocked over by the liquid too? Those questions hit me all at once, and I just got really mad. And then I thought, maybe this is exactly how you feel when you saw me shooting down the candlelight. Then, when we were discussing the simulation training afterwards, I also did not take your reasoning and standpoint into consideration. All I care about was defending my own judgment. As Valdo continues, her face gradually turns red, and her voice grows a little abashed. So, you don't have to take all the blame so eagerly. I'm not. Alright, let me summarize things. Following the plan is important, but adaptability is just as crucial. If that's all we have write down as a conclusion, I doubt Kluka will accept it. Huh? Then what do we do? Maybe we can approach it like this. From now on, during every after-action review, we add a situational thought exercise. Using the battlefield map from the mission, we analyze and discuss the potential unexpected actions that each team members might take. But we don't always encounter the same scenarios. The goal of this exercise isn't to rehearse specific scenarios, but to develop a better understanding of each other's tendencies in combat. That's actually a good idea. That way, when someone makes a sudden move in the field, we won't waste valuable time being surprised, or worse, let emotions get in the way. We could control the ever-changing battlefield, so we have to learn and adapt. Oh, I see. After all, when we are on the battlefield, opportunities wait for no one. Seeing the amusement in Vector's eyes, Valrod raises an eyebrow. Oh, I think this is doable. And your paranoia, well, it's not entirely baseless. I also think it's worth a try. Oh, why is it so cute when they're blushing? Then, once my proposed solution gets approved, we can begin our new training session. But before that, Topsy. Yes? Having her name suddenly called, Topsy jolts. Her cat tail sticks straight up. You're also required to write a self-reflection. Furthermore, due to the lack of proper respect for rules and protocols, along with poor judgment, starting now, everyone, including myself, will conduct a full revision of 404's Code of Conduct. I expect to see everyone's reviews and reports in their previous training session in my mailbox by dawn. Am I understood? Damn, this is so annoying to write those reports. Yes! Looking at the no-motivated team, Vector let out a small sigh of relief. I suppose I did the right thing. My teammates and I finally have a consensus, Commander. Yeah, we will see how it goes. Outside, the night has deepened, but the light in the Elmo training room remained bright, just like every other night Team B spends hard on work. And yet, tonight feels so different. With the mission cut short, Belka returns to her room after signing off, and she lobs onto the bed with a disappointed sigh. Why do we go to Belka? Interesting. Staring at the photo of Klukai stuck on the ceiling. But she's so obsessed. She puts out her cheeks in frustration. What's up with that client? I was supposed to have spent at least 72 hours of interrupted time with Pixie's Klukai. Now that we are back at the base, she will run off and hang out with Mechty again. Belka thrown a few half-hearted punches at her training sandbag, where a picture of Mechty is taped. Oh my god, she's so obsessed. Holy. Oh, Mechty, the biggest obstacle to my bond with Big Sis. What a difficult situation. Oh my god, oh my god. Beep beep beep. There's a notification on her terminal. Huh? Who's sending me a message? At this hour? Oh, this is... In the photos and videos clip on her screen, two figures can be seen leaning closely against each other. Not just anyone. It's Ken and Klukai. Oh my god. What? I have no idea what this is, but Pixie's Klukai looks so cute making this face. Belka presses the replay button again and again, watching the clips over and over, completely absorbed. It takes her a while to even remember to check the sender name. Sender is Mechty? What does she mean by this? She hesitates briefly in confusion, but the moment her eyes land on the video again, she can't help but giggle. Who cares? Just for today, you can be... Oh, just for today, you can be the witness of the love and friendship between Pixie's Klukai and me, Mechty. Oh, what a mess. What is the situation with this relationship in between them? Like, every relationship in this event, or in this story in Ghost Frontline 2, is so weird. And that will be for the event story. Look at this. I'm like exactly point on this story. So once again, I'm a little bit behind, but it was kind of expected already. I'm still not done with the chapter 7 and 8, so they will be still struggling there. Well, that's a nice little story. probably will see Team B more often. I don't think that any other Spectre are playable actually, but well, we'll see. They all look also concerned on this thumbnail here, by the way. That will be for this story. I will be thank you for watching and listening. I wish you a good day, night, afternoon, and see you in, well, more Girls Frontline 2 with the Yoshi event, which is the next one. Yeah, so have a good one and take care.